walk into the classroom and I just want to get on my knees and kiss the floor, and I tell my students, and I say that, I said, you guys, this is the highlight of my day, to be able to come in here and talk with you about the kinds of things that we're learning. You know, teaching is, when you're younger and in high school, you know, you're madly in love and you made those mixed tapes that you shared with your boyfriend or your girlfriend and your partner, and you're passing the, you know, the most treasured things that you've listened to. You know, teaching is, in a way, is an extension of that. You know, you get an opportunity to share what you love with a whole new group of students every semester. You know, I teach American literature, and mostly the 19th century, which is really the greatest hits of American literature. And every semester, certainly at least once and maybe twice, you know, 2 classes, I get the opportunity to share that stuff with students. So it's a wonderful opportunity, and there's nothing quite like it. This is a student of mine. She was an English minor who went on to publish a really remarkable little cookbook about honey. I love that. And then there's a student, another English minor, a creative writing minor, who I had, who was just dreaming of being a screenwriter someday. He was a radio, TV, film major, and he went out to California with his girlfriend, and you know, they scrimped and saved and, you know, drudged up jobs in the movie industry for over a decade, really. He just kept hitting dead ends, but you know, when you're a writer, that rejection is a major part of your life, and he understood that. And then finally he got a job, and he became a writer for a wonderful cable series. And now I think he's a story editor or head writer for a developing series for Netflix. And so, you know, it took a long time, and he finally, you know, made it there. I teach creative writing, and I also teach American literature, and so I have degrees in both of those things. My PhD is in American literature, predominantly 19th century American literature. And that is a really, really rich field. And so it's a wonderful chance to teach the best stuff that American writers produce. So in the 1950s, for example, you've got The Scarlet Letter in 1950, and Moby Dick in 1951, and Uncle Tom's Cabin in 1952, Walden in 1954, and then Leaves of Grass in 1855. For whatever reason, right, you have this explosion of really extraordinary work. My primary area of interest in professional activity is as a fiction writer. I write short stories mostly. I do some essays. I'm working on a novella now. I published 3 short story collections. I have a 4th collection I've just put together and I'm starting to send out, called The Secrets of Unhappiness. That really could be the title of all of Western literature in some ways. And so, you know, I teach the American short story. I teach fiction writing, short story, fiction 1 and fiction 2, and I've taught novella writing predominantly to graduate students, but also to undergraduate students. Oshkosh is a place that, it's a comprehensive institution, which means we're student-centered. We're a teaching institution. What I think is distinctive about Oshkosh is we have a really professionally active faculty. In that sense, you know, the faculty are as engaged with their professions as faculty would be at a Research 1, an R1 institution like UW-Madison. But here, the faculty bring that professional activity into the service of their students. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen at Madison, but it's absolutely integral to the way in which Oshkosh, the way we think of ourselves here.